Sound familiar? It better. If it doesn't, leave. Just go. Why are you here if you don't understand what the song is or how amazing it is? Because it is probably one of the best songs ever made. It's Beatles week. That's all I got to say. No, I'm just fucking with you. It's got a lesson for you. Great song. I mean, it's a great jam out tune. If you have the scales or D minors, kind of in that aspect, it would be a pretty cool jam out song with a bunch of friends, I would assume. I'm not sure because I lack friends. But oh well, I'll get over that and just jam out by myself. That sounds really sad. Anyway, so let's get right to this because I'm just not good on the bad jokes and everything today, and I shouldn't attempt it. So here we go. It starts out on a D minor 7 chord. There's six chord song altogether, and as you might know, a D chord can be played up on the 5th fret like a B chord, and that's just barring the 5th fret, and then barring the 7th fret of the D, G, and B strings. That's also a D chord. Sounds the same. This opening intro song in general calls for a D minor 7, and a D minor up here is this A minor shape with these 3 fingers. You go down here and you see A minor, and that's whatever. You can do it like this or this. I'm just doing it like this so you can keep your index finger for barring once we move it up. But you got your middle bad mother finger. Sorry, I almost messed that up. You got your bad mother finger on the 1st fret of the B, your pinky on the 2nd fret of the G, and your ring finger on the 2nd fret of the D. That's an A minor chord, but we don't use that in this song actually, sadly. But I'll teach. I guess I taught you it anyway. And all you do is slide this up. So you got your middle finger, your bad mother finger, is on the 2nd fret, or 6th fret of the B string, and then you just bar with this index, and that's a B minor chord. So any chord up here, like this is a D, that's a C, this is an E, F, G, all the way up here on the 10th fret. Those can all be changed to minor chords by doing that A minor shape. So this is G minor, F minor, E minor, D minor, C minor, B minor. I'm sure I've gone over that concept before, but if you haven't seen any of my other videos, I might as well roll over that really quickly so you kind of understand why we're playing up here. I'm sure there's a way to do D minor 7 chord down here. I think it's the index on the first 2 frets of the B and E strings, and then whatever finger on the 2nd fret of the G string. But this way is easier. It's actually easier to bar the whole fret instead of just a partial like these front 2, and then also try and hit, I guess if you use like your middle or pinky finger, it's not quite so hard, but a lot of times it's just easier and it sounds better to bar the whole fret. Then you get these bass notes in there that you want to, and it sounds a lot better, I think. So there's that. But this whole first line, basically, this whole first verse is D minor 7 chord. And you play that while you're saying, here come old flat top, he got grooving up slowly, he got juju eyeball, he won holy roly, he got. And then we're gonna go to, wait for it, A chord. Now there's an option, you can play it down here like an open chord, and that's just the 2nd fret of the um, excuse me, I had a brain burp there. The second fret of the D, G, and B chord, or strings. My mind is racing at the moment for some reason. Sorry about this, but that's your A chord. So you can play it down here, or for ease, it just so happens that a D chord is up here, while an A chord is down here. And the way the book teaches it is down here openly, but I find it's a lot easier to go from D minor 7 up here to A. So that's kind of for debate or whatever you want. I mean, you can do it either way. It sounds exactly the same. Just different position. So there's that. And when you go to A, it's right after he got hair down to his knee. G7, open. I'm gonna do this on you a lot. I'll give you two options to play whatever you want. G7 open is down here, and it's basically this index on the first fret of the E, and then the rest of that G chord, which is the second fret of the A chord, A string. Oh man, and the third fret of the E string. But again, for ease, we could go down to this G, remove our pinky finger, because that's how we do 7 chords on bar chords, is we just remove the middle finger, whichever finger is pressing the middle string. There's a little different sound, but it's just easier. You're going from A, hair down below his knees. A lot easier than having to go or either way you play it, just make sure you play those two chords, the A and the G chord, the same way. If you play it open chord A, make sure you play G7 open chord too, otherwise it's going to sound a little weird when you go. It's just going to sound like a big jump up, like a whole octave or whatever, when it's not really, but it just sounds a little different, and it's probably better just to keep open chords with open chords and bar chords with bar chords, so whichever you want to do, but that's my little piece of advice there. But that's the basic concept of the verse. Basically 4 measures of D minor 7. And you can switch between those two. Say if you don't have a singer and you're just doing an instrumental. And you can just switch between those two during that little, I think it's actually 3 measures, or maybe a 4. I don't know for sure. My head's too frazzled for some reason. I don't know, it's the last Beatles week video and it's sad, and I don't know, but that's kind of a thing you can do, is just alternate between those two. And then when it comes to hair down below his knee, you just stay on that E or that A chord. Down below his knee. Just do what it please. And there's that kind of. And now when you do that line, you're just going to do that G7 chord once and then palm muted. So just kind of just hit your guitar like you're mad at it or something. Just kind of don't break it. Just kind of like lightly punch it. Lightly just palm muted. Just put your palm on it. That's all you gotta do. You don't have to beat it like I do, but no pun intended. Yeah. So there's that little dealio. And then we get to a little link where it goes... And that little part is just a little 11 to 11 on the A string, 13 on the A string, 11 on the D, 13 on the A. And that's just kind of a little fill part if you want to. It's not really a necessity. I'm sure there's better ways to play it, but basically that's your kind of your main line. And if you know the song, of course you know that, so I'm not sure why I'm pointing out the obvious here, but you got that little ditty playing along with this chord. And that link in between the two verses is just 4 measures. You can repeat it if you want a solo in there, if you want to just jam out, whichever, it doesn't matter. But you just do that D minor 7, or you could even play it with these 2 fingers and use your middle finger as an extra part to the bar. But the second verse is the same as the first. And now we've got this chorus, this come together right now over me. And that's just a basic 1, 2, 3, 4 chord thing. I start up here on this B minor. Well, I guess there's no other real way to play a decent B minor that's gonna be easy for this, but that's your B minor right here. Is this A minor shape and bar the 2nd fret. I slide it up to the 3rd fret and then bar the 2nd. Come together. Right is going to be a B minor / A, and basically you've got this in your index finger barring the lower, like this A string here. What you're going to do is just slide it down. You're not going to play this low E string, so don't touch that one when you're strumming this, but it might be kind of hard not to if you're not used to it, but you're going to play this A string open and just bar the bottom 4 strings with your index. G over me. So again, that's B minor, come B minor, B minor / A, G, A over me. And I'm not sure how clear I'm making this, so I'm just gonna do it again. B minor / A, G, 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 A. No chords, over me. Simple, right? I hope so. And then right when you say me, it's back to that D minor 7. That's really all I have to teach you. This second link here, or no, third link. This third link is basically like a whole verse, and you just play that D minor 7 chord for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it's actually 6 measures. That's what you play. 6 measures of D minor 7, then 4 of A, and then back to D minor 7 for another 2 measures. And of course you might know that's 4 beats, so that's kind of where they're going. They're just kind of playing their little solo there. I can't really fake it, but I think you know the part of the song. It's right after the second come together right now over me. But that's just basically the same as a verse. And then at the end you just play that come together, at D minor 7 over and over until you want to stop. It just depends on what you as a musician would like. Sorry for the messed up speaking. I tend to do that a lot more often for some reason. And I just talk really retardedly, randomly. I don't know why, but I digress. Let's go over the order here. The order is that intro, that D minor 7. And you can repeat that however many times you want. Oops, bumped the camera. Don't want to do that. Then we got verse, a little link, which is just 4 measures of D minor 7. Then we got another verse, then the chorus, and then yet another link, which is just 4 measures of D minor 7. Then we have a verse, and then a chorus. And then we have this third link, which is basically the same as a verse, except there's no real words to it. It's just kind of ad-libbed. But it's the same exact pattern as a verse. And then we have another verse. Well, not another verse. We have a verse after that third link. Then we have the chorus again. And then we have the last kind of link deal, which is just D minor 7 for like 6 chords or whatever. Repeat however many times you want. Because after that, it's still D minor 7, just as many times as you want to till the end. So after that last chorus, you can just play this D minor 7 chord as much as you want until someone gets tired of soloing or whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much the whole song there. It's a great song. I mean, it's got a lot of meaning. What that meaning is debatable, I guess, but it's one of their more popular songs. Everybody and their dog pretty much knows it. I mean, if you don't know it, then you really don't know much about music, I would say, unless you're one of those new pop, Indian, whatever, fags. But I digress. You know what I mean. If you're listening to a Beatles song or trying to learn a Beatles song, you know what I mean. So, if you enjoy the videos, like them, for one, subscribe, comment, hit me up, let me know how I'm doing, suggest whatever I need to be doing instead. If I'm not doing a good enough job, if you think I need some improvement. I'm doing song requests. This is my last Beatles Week video. No more 2 videos a day for my really religious listeners or watchers, but I don't think I have anybody that watches me a lot, so no more 2 videos a day. I will probably do another Beatles Week somewhere down the line. I'm not sure if I'm going to do 2 videos a day because I'm running out of songs to do that I like, that I really want to do, that I know fairly well, fairly decent enough to actually teach them. So it all depends on how many songs I have that I want to teach. So I'm going to look through this book a lot more, maybe in a couple months, or even less than a month. I don't know. It all depends on what's going down with school and work and my regular videos. I hope you guys enjoyed Beatles Week. I loved doing it. It was a blast. I had fun with it every step of the way, even waiting for these strings. That's all I got to say, I think. Just, I hope you guys can learn these songs the way I'm teaching you, or if I can't teach you properly, I hope you find some way to learn them. I realize that I might not be able to teach you all the right way or even at all. So I just hope that I'm doing a good enough job, and you all will soon be very popular guitar players because of me. Yeah, it's not going to happen. Anyway, I will see you in my next video. I'm not sure when that will be, not sure what it will be. It'll probably be a random song that I wanted to do, but I'm waiting for requests, so let me know. See you next time.